Okay, let's talk about a very dangerous virus, and that is Ebola virus. And it has many outbreaks in the recent years. So let's talk about Ebola virus. What is Ebola virus? How Ebola virus looks like? How exactly Ebola virus causes infection? What are the symptoms of Ebola virus infection? And what is the life cycle of Ebola virus? So let's look at the basic information first, and that is Ebola virus cause Ebola virus disease, or EVD. It's a rare and deadly disease in people and non-human primates as well. And the virus that cause EVD are isolated mainly from sub-Saharan Africa, and always the origin is from the sub-Saharan Africa, and it is a very big virus. Let me write, it's a big virus. So if you want to know about a big virus and how it looks like, you can see Ebola virus. It's like a thread kind of structure. You can see it here in the right hand side, that contains multiple type of protein, glycoprotein, nucleoprotein, and other transcription factors are also present inside of this virus itself, and it contains its own polymerase, cofactor, and so many other components and other matrix proteins. VP24, the structural proteins are already present. So people can get Ebola virus disease through direct contact with an infected animal, or a sick or a dead person with infected Ebola virus. So generally this virus originated from a bat infection, from bat to the human, and from human to human contact mediated, and it has hugely fast transmissibility. How does it look like? It is surrounded by a membrane stolen from an infected cell. The membrane that it has, it's a big membrane. It cannot make that much of big membrane. Usually when it infects a host cell, kills it, so it steals some portion of the membrane and covers itself and makes the viral particle. Okay, and it carries a lot of glycoprotein structures surrounding it. So you can see in this picture, these all are glycoproteins. You can see the cauliflower like structures. These all blue colored things, these are all these glycoproteins which are surrounding it, and there is a matrix protein inside of which there is a nucleoprotein, and inside there are other components like VP30, VP24, and VP35, which are known as nucleocapsid proteins. And this virus also carries its own polymerase protein as well. And this is very schematic drawing. In the bottom you can clearly see there are multiple layers, outside of which there is this envelope. The viral envelope is actually stolen from the host cell, and then there are these specific glycoproteins in yellow color, inside of which there is VP40, VP24, the protein enabled viral reproduction protein layer, the nucleoprotein layer, and then inside of which there is a RNA genome. So what is the size of Ebola virus? If we see this picture, you can clearly get an idea about the comparison of Ebola virus size. As I told you, it's a big size virus. So compared to all these different viruses, generally in case of plant, tobacco mosaic virus is bigger one, but in this case Ebola is even bigger. Okay, compared to Zika virus, papilloma virus, HIV, influenza, or rabies virus, this Ebola virus is huge, very big size. And it's a long, sometimes branched as well, but it's filaments of varying shapes as well as shorter filaments, and that may measure up to 14,000 nanometer in length with a diameter of 80 nanometers. See, the diameter is not that big. The diameter is only 80 nanometer, which is very similar to that of the adenovirus diameter. But the length of this virus, because it's like a filamentous structure, so the length is 14,000 nanometers. In all the other cases, if it's icosahedral virus like adenovirus, or if it's a spherical virus like HIV, the diameter is the total measurement, because the diameter is approximately the same. It is measuring the virus from all the sides. But the Ebola virus is a filamentous virus, so there is a length and breadth. So the diameter is shorter, like 80 nanometer, but the length is 14,000 nanometers, which is huge. What is the genetic material type present in Ebola virus? In Ebola virus, or EBOV in the short form, the genome is single-stranded RNA, approximately 19,000 nucleotides long single-stranded RNA. Obviously the RNA should be bigger because the virus itself is bigger. And it encodes several structural proteins, include nucleoprotein NP, polymerase cofactor, which is VP35, VP40, glycoproteins, transcription activation factor VP24, and RNA-dependent RNA polymerase known as L proteins in case of this Ebola virus. So this virus is equipped with everything. Generally, we know the viruses most of the time are not equipped with much except for their genome. They hijack the host machinery and then use it to make its own. But in case of Ebola virus, it is well equipped with different kinds of proteins, equipped with transcription activators, equipped with polymerase cofactors, equipped with RNA polymerases, RNA dependent RNA polymerase to make more copies of its own genome because it carries RNA genome. So that's something that Ebola virus has a unique thing about, because it has big room, so it accommodates more thing. What kind of disease it causes? Initial symptoms include fever, headache, muscle pain, chills. Later, a person may experience internal bleeding resulting in the vomiting and coughing, blood, and ultimately multi-organ failure and the death of the person. And the pain areas including abdomen, chest, joints, and muscles, and the whole body includes chills, dehydration, fatigue, fever, loss of appetite, malaise, and sweating. Gastrointestinal disorders including diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, and vomiting blood with the stool as well. And also common is coughing, blood, eye redness, headache, mental confusion, red spot on skin, or sore throat. The incubation period. The incubation period for Ebola from exposure to when its signs and symptoms come out can be ranged between 2 to 21 days. So from second day to 21 days, there is a chance this virus will show its symptoms. And the average days. Mode of transmission. The Ebola spreads by direct contact with blood or other body fluids such as vomit, diarrhea, urine, breast milk, sweat, semen. So as this virus spreads by any kind of body fluid, it's very difficult to get rid of this virus once an infection starts spreading in one location, because the people will be in contact with some sort of body fluid like sweat or things. That's why it is very common in tropical and subtropical area where the sweat is very common. So of an infected person who has symptoms of Ebola, who has recently died from Ebola, even a dead body is contaminating. It can be capable of contaminating others. What is the scientific classification of Ebola? It is known as group 5 as per Baltimore classification. It has a negative stranded or minus stranded RNA. Remember, we talked about the dengue virus. Dengue virus is also an RNA virus, but it's a plus stranded RNA virus. But in case of Ebola, it's a negative or minus stranded RNA virus. Order is Mononegavirales, and the family is Filoviridae, and the genus is Ebola virus. And there are different species: Zaire Ebola virus, Sudan Ebola virus, Reston Ebola virus, and there are different names based on where the epidemic started or the sporadic disease started. Now let's look at the life cycle of Ebola virus. The life cycle is simple, straightforward. But remember, I told you earlier that the Ebola virus is well equipped with most of the components needed for the virus to come out as a viral particle. And the second thing is that this Ebola virus takes up the membrane from the host where the Ebola virus infects. So the membrane content it takes up from the host. So let's look at the process. So this is a normal process, and this process we are seeing is how exactly a macrophage or phagocytic cells is taking. So Ebola virus is engulfed by a macropinocytosis, a pinocytosis process which can engulf bigger component are known as macropinocytosis. And once engulfed inside, then there forms early endosome, and this early endosome, this virus, they contains all the components, and in the early endosome there is component like NPC and the structures. And now early endosome converted into the late endosome. Why? The late endosome is formed, all the other components that are present on the surface like glycoproteins, these glycoproteins are cleaved. The glycoproteins are cleaved by specific proteases, and once the glycoprotein surfaces are cleaved, this is a GP cleaved structure we can see, then it is now ready to extract its genetic material. So the genetic material is transported via the NPC into the cytoplasm. Now in the cytoplasm, the single stranded minus stranded mRNA is present. So this minus stranded mRNA will make viral proteins, okay, and this viral stranded mRNA can also produce plus stranded mRNA. This plus stranded mRNA will help them to produce more and more viral proteins, and the minus stranded mRNA can also be produced from this plus stranded mRNA as a template. So because they carry RNA dependent RNA polymerase, they can use their minus stranded mRNA or negative stranded mRNA into positive stranded mRNA quite easily with the help of the RNA dependent RNA polymerase. But before that, they need to make their own proteins, and all the types of proteins including glycoproteins are prepared after translation of the plus stranded mRNA. They can easily do that, and once they produce the glycoproteins and other proteins known as the SGPs, glycoproteins and other glycoproteins, then this specific glycoprotein that is surrounding this Ebola virus are embedded into the host cell membrane. You can see this is embedding to the host cell membrane, so that they can package their negative stranded RNA inside the host cell membrane. And when this RNA is moving towards the host cell membrane, they take some component of the host cell membrane with it, and once they take the component of host cell membrane, now they will form into a fully formed Ebola virus or EBOV. Generally a longer time for incubation period required for the Ebola virus, 8 to 10 days an average, because this virus has a larger genome and it needs to produce a lot of proteins in order to take the host cell membrane and cover itself. So it takes some more time to develop. Okay, but once developed, it can spread rapidly throughout any body fluid of the body. Okay, so it involves the structures which are early endosome, late endosome, cytoplasm, and also the cell membrane of host cell. This is all about the Ebola virus description, Ebola virus life cycle, and Ebola virus symptoms and disease. So that's it. If you like this video, please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to our channel to get more videos like that in future. Thank you. Bye.